might have to pull up the hill and look at this. There's something not right. Holy man, is that a Cummins in there? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Westen. How are you guys doing today? And today is July 23rd, 2019. You know what that means? That means it is my 21st birthday. And for my 21st birthday, we have got fummins. Yeah, I know, it's together. Can you guys believe it? So, we had to back it out of the garage because we got to clean up our mess where we've murdered this thing all over the floor for the last month. We're going to clean that up, then we got to pull it back in, put the bumper on it, and I think it's ready to take a spin. Fingers crossed. All right, let's do this. All right, I think we're ready for coolant. What do you want me to do with this? This looks like Papa Smurf's. Well, I'll just leave that up to your guys' imagination. I'm gonna grab antifreeze, not this. Get out of here with that Papa Smurf stuff. We need Hulk stuff. That's what it is. For a truck that monstrous, we need Hulk. Hand me my knife up there, would you?
Let me throw it to you like I did the...
Thank you. I'm already bleeding. Look what you done, you stabbed me. This is pour test number 1.
Spill it all everywhere.
That is leprechaun blood right there is what that is. Give this truck good luck.
Trust me, we're gonna need it.
We're gonna need a lot of luck. I've got a lot of luck, and just most of it's bad. This truck must be Black Widow. It wants green stuff all over it. I even got a smile out of my brother.
You using that expensive stuff from Walmart?
Oh yeah, Walmart special all the way. I'm all about that Super Tech.
No, sir, you're supposed to be using this kind of fluid.
You know,
in your Cummins, fummins.
I walked into the
double dopper.
I walked into the O'Reilly's there earlier, and I was talking about my power steering system. And they're like, "Well, what fluid did you use?" And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of questionable because the power steering pump had transmission fluid in it when we took it out of the F700." But I think it needs hydraulic oil, and the Ford pickup takes power steering fluid. Well, we've got our high-speed bumper bolts here for our front bumper. And now there is a couple things that we need to do before we take this for a drive, but not really much. Basically put the bumper on, check, make sure we still got enough antifreeze in it because we did pour some in, fired up and been running for a second, so it might have sucked it down. Make sure that's full, make sure we're not leaking anything major, and cross our fingers, hope for good luck, and take it for a spin. It does have a couple leaks here and there. The power steering is leaking a little bit. I think it needs an O-ring on the fitting, but it's just a drip every few seconds, so it's good enough right now for our test drive, but I'll come back later and fix it. So I got poured a little bit of transmission fluid in our power steering system. I took and filled it up, and then when we fired it up, it sucked it down, recirculated throughout the system, filling up the lines and the cooler and all that good stuff. Our main issue we've actually been having is with the power steering system, and the thing about it is I just don't know if this pump off the F800 is going to work for our system because it's still whining a little bit. There might just be some air in the system, but it might just not work for us. We might have to take that pump off and put a pump off of a Dodge pickup on there and then plumb that in and see if that's gonna work for us, because I do hear that people have a lot better luck doing that. So we're gonna try this. Maybe it's just got some air in it, who knows? If that don't work, we'll come back and put a Dodge pump on it later. But it is working a little bit now, so it's working good enough for our test drive. Let's shut the hood. Hopefully for the last time for a while. That's not gonna happen though. Oh my God, it looks like a truck. Our local diesel mechanic stopped by there just a second ago, and it ends up that he's actually needing a 6.4 engine to rebuild. We come to an agreement, he's gonna buy this boat anchor, and while he was here, he got to talking about, he had done a Cummins conversion on a Kodiak, and we got to talking about how my power steering wasn't quite working like it was supposed to, and he's like, well, maybe you got them hydraulic lines flipped around for the power steering. So, actually, guys, just come over here and take a look and I'll show you what he was talking about. All right, so here's what we're talking about. We got to talking about the power steering system on this truck here. And these are our two pressure lines that come, this one here comes from the pump, and this one here is going down to the gearbox from the Hydro Boost. So we got to talking about this, and he's like, you know, maybe your power steering problems are these lines are reversed. And you know, I got to thinking about it, and you know what, you might be right. So we're going to take and put our pressure line on this other side here, see if that fixes anything to do with our power steering. And if it does, I'm going to be as happy as a presidential turkey on Thanksgiving. All right, so we got them lines switched around. Let's see if our power steering works any better. No, it's working perfect. Put the brake on. The brake is on.
Okay, so is it fixed?
It's fixed. Thank God. I didn't want to put that other power steering pump on. That would have been a pain. Good thing he recommended that. You know, I put them lines on and I didn't even think about it. I just put them on there and didn't even think. So, they was actually hooked up backwards, but the power steering still did work with it hooked up backwards. It just didn't work very good. I'm really excited. So let's do this. I can't stand around here and talk to you guys no more. We got to do this. Look at that. The hood even shut. That is just a sign that it's supposed to work. Good truck. Super duty. Duty. All right, so are you guys ready for the test drive? If you are, hit the subscribe button. Our power steering is working. This is the maiden voyage. Hopefully it's not like the Titanic. Her maiden voyage didn't go that well. All right, guys, you think we ought to take it down the gravel road or the highway first? You gotta walk before you can run. Let's take it down the highway. All right, guys, we're to the highway. Do you think it's gonna shift? Let's see. First gear, second gear, third gear. Oh my God. There it goes. I think that's fourth. I don't know what gear it is, but it's going. Oh my God, we're driving it, Garrett!
You know, I don't know if it conveys it very well, but that damn turbo whistle is awesome.
It sounds so mean. Oh my God, she's a cruiser! We're doing 70. Oh my God. It runs so good, Garrett. That Cummins just sounds so mean under there. All of our gauges are working. It's even got a 3/4 tank full of fuel. I don't even know what to say. This is so awesome.
We're driving a Ford
with a Cummins in it. Not overheating. The transmission's still cool. We're doing 70 right now, and it's just like we're riding on a cloud. So we're gonna swing in here to the O'Reilly's, see what them guys think of this thing. They have been hearing about this truck 2 or 3 times a day every time I go to get parts for it. And they're like, when are we gonna see the fummins? Right now. Ooh. Death wobble? Is that death wobble?
A little bit.
A little bit. These Fords have a really bad problem with death wobble, and I think I felt it try to just there for a second. So maybe we have some front end components that's a little bit wore out. It would not surprise me any. I had a Ford pickup that I threw $1,000 at trying to fix death wobble. Never got it fixed. I saw a clip of this brand new body style 2017 F350 right when they came out. The new body style, just death wobbling all over the road. Is that Dom? Oh, well, I'll just honk at him in case it is. The horn even works. we messed something up.
The O'Reillys.
I guess
We're probably going to need a lot more transmission fluid to make it home with how bad it's leaking, though. It is leaking a lot more than when we left.
Where's it leaking from?
Everywhere.
Did you need something?
I was gonna tell you I was gonna step up front. So
He's got to figure out where it's leaking at. I don't want to get underneath there totally. That's just rust prevention, is what that is.
Rust prevention.
I don't got to worry about any part of underneath that truck rusting now.
You are a glass is always half full kind of guy, right?
That's right. Glass is always half full, never half empty. Oh my God, can you believe it actually made it to town?
hey, I'd say your sensor changing now.
We ain't worried about that. I wonder where it is actually leaking from. Oh, it's making a mess somewhere. It's having heart rejects. Fire it up. Look at that big old smile on Dom's face. The Fummins has that effect. And it's also got that good smell of transmission fluid.
Hey, said your check engine light's there. Is your engine still there?
I don't know. Should we pop it and check it, see if it's still there? It's on, so I don't know, you know. Why would the check engine light be on? Can you run the codes for me, see why it might be on?
Yeah.
You can? It's so pretty!
You don't have a filter.
Yeah, we don't need a filter.
Are you just gonna stick a filter on the end of the turbo?
No, we're gonna rig up a... Don't worry about that, guys. That's just to hold the power steering pump for right now. No, we're actually gonna rig up a good filter.
I'll go grab the code reader.
You don't need it. Yeah. The check engine light's on, so Dom's gonna check it out for us, see what he thinks are what's wrong with it. How many codes do you think it's got, Dom?
I'm gonna say 5.
I'm gonna say 25. All right, how many codes do you think we got, guys?
I'll tell you, it's over both of us together.
I said 25, you said 5.
Well, just looking at it, there's 19 on your OBD2, and then on your ECM there's 11. On your SRS there's 3, and on your ABS there's 1. Exhaust pressure sensor, low input.
We don't need that. No, we don't need that either.
Turbocharger boost control A actuator circuit malfunction.
What? The turbocharger actuator ain't working? I wonder why. Let me check it out, make sure it's in good shape. Yeah, it's still back here. I don't know why it wouldn't work.
Intake air temperature sensor circuit 1.
It's in the back seat. It should work too.
Air intake sensor 2.
Well, I don't know where that one's at.
Glow plug module.
Why the hell isn't the glow plugs working? Damn, we're gonna have a hard time starting this thing when it gets to winter time. What?
Battery voltage low.
You only need one battery for a Cummins.
Lost communication instrument panel.
Don't need an instrument panel.
And that's all 34 codes.
34. The O'Reilly's gang just really does it out for you. See, we got O'Reilly's there in the back. They'll tell us what's wrong with our Fummins.
That's right.
What's wrong with it, Dom?
Nothing. It's
Nothing?
Cummins.
See, good advice. You heard it here first. All right, let's see if we can make it home. Oh, my check engine light came back. Damn it, Dom, you didn't fix it. I figured we might as well go right down the middle of town. That way, if we break down, everybody can see us. I can't actually believe that we're actually driving a Cummins powered F350. Like, this is my dream.
I'll tell you what, Westen.
Huh.
This truck has got some very, very serious issues.
What serious issues?
The air conditioner does not work.
It's not that bad out right now. We'll get the air conditioning working, don't worry.
A Ford without air conditioning, what is life without that? A Ford without AC, think about that. That's all they got going for them in these trucks. Now it's got the engine.
Good interiors. This one's got the engine going for it.
That sounds not good.
It's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, you know what? I'm gonna drive this first. I'm gonna say this first test drive experience is a success. It hasn't broken down. It hasn't caught fire. It's still running. It's not overheating. The transmission's working. All of our gauges are working. The only thing we're really having an issue with is our power steering, which it's not really. What the? Oh shit. We might have to pull up the hill and look at this. There's something not right. So we hit the bump coming in the driveway, and our something's not right there. Our cab's not lined up with our bed no more. What the heck? Did our bed slide over? Is our bed bolted down? Yeah, our bed's bolted down. Is our cab bolted down? When we hit that bump coming in the driveway, it all slid over and we heard a loud thunk. And then I could hear the exhaust hitting the cab of the truck. So give me a second. I got to figure out what happened here. So guys, I kind of figured out what happened down there at the end of the driveway when we hit that bump. And what happened is the cab's not bolted down. And actually, it's bolted down. The bolts are just in there finger tight though. So when we hit that bump, the cab was able to slide over about 2 inches. And the reason for that is, for you guys that's probably just picked up this video, I bought this truck not running. The motor was sitting in there. The heads were taken off of it. It had been taken apart. So they'd probably had the cab off this truck when they were working on it. And they just put it back down there, and the tech probably just finger tighted the bolts in there just so the cab wouldn't fall off. And that was it. And this is the first time we've ever driven this truck underneath its own power any more than 10 feet. So it wasn't something I thought about to check because, you know, obviously I looked in there, the bolts were in it. I figured somebody had tightened them up. I actually didn't even think about it. So we're going to grab a socket and impact and get them bolts tightened up and get this cab put back on there right. Hopefully it won't fall off next time.
Here we see a majestic Westen in his natural habitat.
Working on a Ford. The cab's bolted down. So we don't got to worry about it falling off this time. We did have to scooch it over about 2 inches though, because it did scooch off the frame a little bit. But it didn't fall off, and that's the part we want to know. I think that's the end of the video. The first drive of the Fummins went amazing, besides for where the cab fell off down.
Hey, don't be denting my truck.
It's Ford tough. So besides for the cab falling off at the end of the driveway, that was the only real issue we had. The power steering's still not acting just right. I think we're going to change some of that around. And we also need to get the transmission tuned, which DCS is going to take and get a tune put on there for us. So this 5R110, our Ford transmission, works really good behind the Cummins. We also got some other big plans for this truck. I got a hold of the guys up there at Power Driven Diesel. There's some good fellers, and they're going to hook us up with some big smoke products, we'll just call it. So if you want to see the Cummins roll coal in the future, make sure you leave a like down in this video. And also, if you like this video, just hit a like, because that tells YouTube that we're good fellers. And also, what do you guys think? Do you think we ought to go compound turbos or big single turbo? Make sure you leave a comment down below and tell us. Yeah, these are the questions in life that need to be answered. 2 turbos or 1 big turbo?
Or 2 or 3 big turbos.
Yeah, that too. 2 or 3 big turbos.
I say 2 or 3 big turbos.
I say?
I say that.
You say?
I don't know if the pocketbook is that deep though.
Yeah, the pocketbook's not ready for 2 or 3 big turbos. That's the end of the video. I'll catch you guys next time.
Okay, we'll see if we